All right. How to break up with your boyfriend, chat. If you had a boyfriend slash girl, or if you've done it, how did you break up with them? What did you do? Just so I can know what to do when I get into the game, guys. Just let her down easy. Be submissive. First degree murder. Okay. I explained thoroughly why this wasn't working, not just for me, but for both of us. Fair enough. That's a good way. That's a wholesome way, Bex. It's not you, it's me. I I hate that line. I think everybody does. Type your name. Denarius. Oh. Hey, Denarius. Do we have music in this? Sound of your name jolts you back to reality. You blink, realizing you've been staring blankly at your open computer screen for who knows how long, doing absolutely nothing. Your gaze drifts to the clock on the wall, still office hours, before shifting to the person who called your name. It's your coworker, the one you've been working closely with for a while now. Unlike the person she replaced, the two of you get along surprisingly well. For a moment, you just stare blankly at the file she's extended towards you. They need some last minute changes before sending them to the client, something about increasing the font size by a point. She mimics your boss's mannerisms perfectly, coaxing a faint smile from you. As you take the files, your fingers instinctively return to the keyboard, tapping out the same monotonous rhythm as always. You still haven't talked to him, have you? A few people pass by your desk, arguing loudly, but you keep your eyes fixed on the screen and mutter, "Not yet. How much longer are you going to delay this? It won't change anything." "I know." Your coworker takes a sip from her mug without lifting her hands from the keyboard. Then grimaces. "Thanks to your boss dragging out the meeting, the coffee's going ice cold. You can't keep doing this. Weren't you dead set on telling him last night?" You roll your eye dramatically and exhale, knowing full well she won't see it. She won't see it, okay. "I tried, but in the middle of our video call, his dog suddenly started throwing up. How was I supposed to drop a breakup on him like that? I'm not that heartless. Was it serious?" You try to recall the last message your boyfriend sent you this morning. "I think she swallowed something or had an allergic reaction. Either way, I'm sure she's fine now. Soren took her to the vet this morning." Perfect opportunity. Call him somewhere after work and talk. But Soren would never leave his dog alone like that. He's crazy attached to her. It'll only take half an hour. No way. How am I supposed to explain why I'm breaking up with him in half an hour? Impossible. How long do you need? Breakup should be like 6 minutes? Maybe if there's crying afterwards, you can let it linger until like 10, 15. But a half hour is not enough time? People break up with a single text these days. That's way too harsh. Besides, he'd never accept it. Your coworker suddenly stops typing and turns to you confused. You don't need him to accept it. Just tell him you don't feel the same anymore. Unless that's not actually the case. Your fingers freeze mid-type. Of course it is! All right, don't get mad. But if you're so sure about breaking up, why keep delaying it? You swallow hard before answering, as if you've been asking yourself the same thing. Of course, this isn't the kind of question you can resolve in the middle of a workday, mid-conversation with a coworker. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as good at breaking hearts as you are. See? More excuses. Maybe you should reconsider. You might regret it later. No, I have to end it. Like I said, my feelings changed. I know how good he is to me, how devoted he is, but I can't return it. Lately, I've been thinking about my ex. Oh, defensive now. Your voice rises slightly. Not that I want him back, it's just things were so different with him. Maybe Soren and I just aren't right for each other. To your surprise, your coworker nods. That's fair. I'm sure he'll be happier with someone else too. You're right. I'll tell him today. And this time, I mean it. Just then, the files in your desk tremble slightly, startling you. It takes you a second to realize it's just your phone vibrating beneath them, but the moment you see his name flashing on the screen, an odd tension coils in your chest. It's Soren! Your eyes dart to your coworkers. It's him. Unlike you, she looks almost excited, nudging you toward the phone. Perfect timing. Check what he wrote. Whose printout is this? It got mixed with mine. Someone's grumbling by the printer, and your coworker jumps up in a hurry. Left alone, you hesitate. A part of you dreads whatever new complication this message might bring, something that could unravel your resolve. Your finger hovers before finally tapping the screen. You exhale sharply, leaning back into your chair and closing your eyes. Waiting for test results, but they said she ate something she shouldn't have. Hey, love, we finished early at the vet, so I went shopping. Got those ribs you love, cooking a special dinner tonight. Just the two of us. What do you say? If you're not gonna go and eat those ribs, I will. But to eat a man's ribs and then break up with him is crazy work, dog. Special dinner? Breaking up at the special dinner? You should just do this now. You should just do this now. Because him cooking a whole dinner for you, I have to beat the bitch. Nah, it would hurt, bro. If I made a whole meal, went to the store, picked out the perfect steak or ribs, went home, made them on the grill, took me about an hour or two, had to season them up for you to come over and break my heart? Yeah, that's a tough day. That's a tough day. Your coworker rushes back, papers in hand. What did he say? You glance around the office, making sure no one's paying attention, then show her the message. This is great. All you have to do is go, then explain things as kindly as possible. From what I remember at the company dinner, Soren seemed like a very reasonable, kind guy. You'll end things clean, no drama. You have no doubt Soren is reasonable, level-headed even, and yet the thought of having that conversation stirs an inexplicable unease in you. You can't explain why. Soren's the definition of ordinary. Dog, remote job, weekend split between bad movies and you. No surprises, no drama, just life. Painfully ordinary. Maybe that's part of why you want to leave. Compared to your ex? No, you can't make that comparison yet. Not until this is over. I wonder what your ex is like, huh? With a quick tap of the keyboard, you reply, Of course I'll be there. Oh my gosh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna break his heart after the ribs. The rest of the workday passes in a hectic blur, yet somehow faster than you expected. By the time you're packing up and chatting with coworkers on your way out, you realize you're in the best mood you've been in for days. Your coworker flashes you a knowing smile before parting ways. Don't forget to text me updates. I'll be waiting. But the moment dinner crosses your mind, all your anxieties come crashing back down like a weight on your shoulders. You freeze mid-sidewalk, earning a few annoyed bumps from passersby. All right, see you. Since you need to stop by your place first, you hurry into the crowded metro and pull out your phone only to find bad news waiting. We noticed you haven't picked up your dress yet. It's freshly clean and waiting for you at Suds and Suds. Don't forget to stop by during our hours. No, Soren hasn't candled. Worse, you completely forgot to pick up your dress from the dry cleaners for your best friend's birthday party tomorrow. Your stomach drops as you reread the reminder text, double-checking the shop's address and hours. The dry cleaner is in the exact opposite direction of Soren's place. If you go now, you'll definitely be late for dinner. Your other option? Skip the party entirely. With tomorrow's big client meeting, your boss won't give you even an hour's break, and you can't exactly show up to your friend's fancy venue in some random fit. Oh, You didn't tell me we had to make choices. All right. So do we go to the dry cleaners, pick up the dress for the birthday party tomorrow? Or do we skip the dry cleaner, skip the party tomorrow, go to the dinner, break up with our boyfriend? The thing is, if we go to the dry cleaner, we're going to be late for dinner with our boyfriend, which is already bad. We're there to break up with him. He's making us ribs. Skip, he might kill you for being late. But my friend might hate me forever. It could be like her 30th or something. You know? It could be like the 30th is important. I think. If they're a good friend, they won't care. All right, skip the dry cleaners. The priority tonight is clear. You need to have that talk with Soren. What you'll wear to your best friend's birthday party tomorrow, that's tomorrow's problem. You know Soren won't mind the delay, but you refuse to stack another lie onto this guilt. Besides, every minute you delay is another crack in your resolve. If you don't do this now, you'll chicken out. Again. The metro doors slide shut behind you, sealing the choice. It shouldn't hurt this much. Just a stupid dress, just one missed party. But your chest tightens anyway. We're gonna have no friends! Why break up with him though? Apparently he's not a good boyfriend for us. You know? Sometimes you could be a great person, a great guy, but you're still just not the one. You feel me? You rush home, shower in a haze, and throw on something comfortable before sliding into the waiting Uber. Oh no. Let me tell you how this is a bad idea. To not drive there is already kind of scary because how are you going to escape? Right? How are you going to escape when shit goes left? You're cooked. But she probably doesn't have a car because she's what, New York City? Damn. Damn. Since Soren's place is quite far from the city center, you have plenty of time during the journey, and the question that has been weighing on your mind for days resurfaces once again. Is breaking up with him truly the right decision? So you just playing with my nigga right now. You just really playing with my nigga. Either do it or don't do it, bro. If you were to bypass your indecisive reasoning and instead trust your feelings just as you intend to tonight, you would find your answer. What the? Wait, what the? Crystal clear. You no longer want to continue this relationship. There is something wrong here, something that simply feels wrong to you. Just then, your phone buzzes with a notification, pulling you from your thoughts. Assuming it's a message from your boyfriend, you reach for your phone, but the name that flashes across the screen makes your heart involuntarily quicken its pace. Oh my god, it's the ex. Oh my god, it's the ex. It's gonna be the ex. He's gonna ask if we're coming to the birthday party tomorrow. It's the ex. Lars. Is that the ex? Your ex-boyfriend. Oh my god, he's a hottie. Who are you? Who are you dating? Damn, look at this snake. All right, but he's got a snake tattoo. Can you trust a nigga with a snake tattoo? And it's on his throat? You might as well have the throat goat tattoo, buddy. I don't think we can trust either of these niggas. I think she has a thing for bad boys. Or rather, the ex-boyfriend who has been creeping into your thoughts more and more often lately. Hey, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Sorry if I'm bothering you. I just wanted to know if you're coming to the party tomorrow. You know how sticky it gets? As you read the message, an inexplicable thrill rises within you. Oh my God, she's getting wet texting her ex-boyfriend. She's getting wet at just the thought of seeing him at the party. Just the thought is making my pussy wet right now. Just the thought of seeing him. I haven't even seen him yet. Ducky, be honest, did you play with it? Did you play this already? Maybe. Knowing Lara's fondness for crowded, lively gatherings and the fact that he shares mutual friends with Mia, whose birthday is tomorrow, you're certain he'll be there. But what puzzles you is why, after all these months of silence, his first message is about this. You have no idea. Should you respond? Your fingers hesitate over the screen, your inner voice whispering that it would be a mistake. Yet another part of you burns to know. Has he really moved on? And aches to answer him. Are we texting him? Look, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. A girl needs some dick. I'm about to break up with my boyfriend. I need a rebound, at least for a day. I need like a rebound real quick. Just like a day rebound. Boom, boom. So I can at least forget about the heartbreak. You know, I can forget about the I'm toxic, go to the club or bars. If I go to the club or bars, someone could have an STD. I at least kind of know this guy. Don't text, bro. You so toxic. Gotta text, man. Never go back to the ex. I have that same rule. I truly believe that too. I truly believe that. But here's the thing. God is giving her a message. All right, that was a hard hitting statement I just said. But if she's been thinking about her ex boyfriend all of this time, chat, she's been thinking about her ex boyfriend all of this time, and then he pops up in her phone, right? So clearly there's something here. Either the message is get back with him, or I'm just testing your patience. We're going to text him. Finally, you overcome your hesitation and let your fingers tap against the keyboard. Hi, Lars. Yeah, it really has been a while. Truthfully, I haven't decided about the party yet. Oh, either way, there's no need for Lars to know all about that. Your thumb hovers over send just as you're about to slide the phone into your pocket. Another vibration pulses against your palm. I understand. The speed of the reply surprises you, especially considering Lars was never exactly known for being prompt when it came to answering texts. I also realized my question must have sounded stupid. I just figured you'd be coming with your boyfriend. And if you two were going to be there, I was thinking of skipping it. Ooh, see? Glad we texted. Glad we texted. Now, I'm just as undecided as you are. There's something about Lars's messages so different from a careless, confident attitude you remember that leaves you momentarily unsure of how to interpret them. What you do understand is that he seems less interested in whether you're attending the party and more concerned about whether your boyfriend will be there. You know what's going to happen now, Ducky? He's going to text her while she's at the dinner. You think that's going to happen? Am I about to get caught up at the dinner? Yee! Yee! Am I about to get caught up at dinner? Yee! Wait. I could just put it on D&D. He doesn't know my password, though. He doesn't know my password, though? But why? A strange unease stirs inside you as you realize that, beyond you, Soren and Lars have absolutely nothing in common. Should you ask him about it? Or should you end the conversation here and focus on the last evening you'll spend with Soren? Should we double down? I mean, we're already in there, right? We're already like deep in there. So we might as well ask. Let's ask. The gnawing pull of curiosity quickly overwhelms your hesitation, feeding your unease. So whether you go to the party depends on us. Thankfully, tonight Lars seems to have abandoned all his old habits, and he doesn't avoid giving you a clear, direct answer. Yes, or rather, I'm obviously not lumping you in with him. I just want to run into your boy. I just don't want to run into your boyfriend and end up ruining the night for both of us. I thought you never would have considered something that had never even crossed your mind suddenly surfaces. Did something happen between you and Soren behind my back? This time, even though you see that Lars is online, he doesn't reply right away. Well, you'd be better off asking him that. Oh, snap. It's not my place to interfere in your relationship. Oh, snap. It's just, thinking back to the past, I wish things had turned out differently. Though you know Lars was never the kind to apologize to anyone, his final messages somehow feel like an apology. Should I tell him I miss him? Should we go full on toxic? We might as well, dude. We might as well tell him we miss him. Lars will die. Look, Dennis is right. We need some D after the breakup, bro. Just hit him with the I miss you. I miss you. You trying to come through to the crib tonight? You trying to come say hello tonight? Hmm? I got the free ski. Go ahead and take that Uber over here and I can show you how much my riding game has changed. You know? One last rodeo, if you know what I mean. I'm telling him I miss him. Everything you once lived with him, the memories, the regrets, the endless what ifs, comes rushing back to life in your mind. There's a bond between you and Lars, one so passionate, thrilling, and complicated that you could never truly deny it. No matter what you did, it was a connection you could never fully break. Shh. Me too. Shit. The moment you hit send, the weight of what you've done crashes over you. You realize with a sinking feeling how foolish you must seem, and deep regret grips you, but it's already too late. You can see that Lars has read your message. Without waiting for any response, you shut off your phone in shame and shove it deep into your pocket, leaning your forehead against the car window as you struggle to steady your breathing. And yet, are you completely sorry for what you've done? That's a question you can't answer so easily. As you step out the Uber, you notice that the light patter of raindrops tapping against the car window has turned into a steady downpour. You pick up your pace, crossing the small garden of Soren's house, an old but sturdy-looking two-story detached home, its renovations perpetually postponed. You rush beneath the pergola at the entrance, doing your best to shield yourself from the rain. As you press the doorbell, you take a moment to notice how the neighborhood, made up entirely of similar detached houses, remains just as calm and quiet as ever, rain or not. Soon, the muffled sound of footsteps and distant dog barks pierce through the hum of the rain. Then the door swings open, and there he is. Homina, 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 homina. He's such a hottie. Homina, homina. Despite the differences in your heights, he leans forward just enough for you to clearly see the warm smile spreading across his face. I want to put something else on his face, too. Welcome, love. Come on in. Don't get any wetter. Too late. Too late. I'm soaking. It's dripping down my leg. It's dripping. Ah, I'm soaking. Why would he say that? He steps aside to let you in, and as you cross the threshold, the familiar warmth of the house wraps around you. The contrast between it and the cool, damp air outside, or perhaps the weight of what's about to happen, sends a faint shiver down your spine. Just then, Soren closes the door swiftly behind you and turns to face you. All right, so we've technically cheated on Soren. We're gonna break up with him, but we just told our ex that we miss him. We pretty much told our ex that if he came back, we would get with him. We would let him inside our cave. We're about to break up with this guy. Would it be right to hug him, or should we set the mood from the jump? See what I'm saying? Should we set the mood from the jump and just be like, nah, bro, I'm here, strict, do nothing? Hugging him would be devious. I like that. In this moment, everything feels so ordinary, like one of your many quiet, pleasant evenings together, that you find yourself instinctively wrapping your arms around his waist. Oh my gosh. Soren pulls you gently into him, resting your head lightly against his chest as he murmurs, I hope you didn't get too cold. You're not dressed for this weather. Oh, I forgot to check the forecast. Sorry. You think, not for the first time, that in moments like this, he sounds more like a concerned parent than a boyfriend. Still, you don't exactly mind it right now. This kind of tender attention is exactly what you need to ease your nerves. Even if, considering the reason for your nerves is that you're planning to break up with him, this gesture feels more than a little unfair. Luckily, before the guilt can really take hold, Soren decides you've warmed up enough and gently lets go of you. Just then, the dog trots over to the door where you're both standing, her tiny body trembling with excitement as she begins to growl at you with surprising volume for her size. You notice the wet mark around her mouth and immediately understand Soren must have tried to distract her with food before opening the door, hoping to soften her mood. But clearly, she couldn't be bothered to finish her snack when the opportunity to antagonize you was too tempting. You missed Daenerys, didn't you, Princess? Princess is a small, greedy, one-eyed chihuahua mix that Soren adopted, and though he refuses to admit it, she absolutely has anger issues. That's kind of weird that a dude like you would have a chihuahua. Isn't that a red flag? Is that not giving like a red flag? Guy this big, this swole, has a chihuahua with one eye? I'm kind of throwing me off a little bit. Maybe that's what happened to her yesterday. She got freaking hit in the eye or something. Truthfully, with her temperament and the eye patch she wears, Pirate would have been a far more fitting name. Oh, never mind. She always had that eye patch, I guess. Don't mind her. She always gets a little sensitive after the vet. Oh, of course. No problem. But you know damn well it has nothing to do with the vet. She's despised you from the moment you met, for reasons you've never understood. It's because you're taking her man. Not that you can say that to Soren, who somehow still believes his princess is the sweetest, gentlest dog alive. Luckily, as long as he is around, her hatred doesn't escalate beyond bared teeth and growls. So as you both head back to the living room, she settles for glaring daggers at your back. Should we ask about the dog? Nah, fuck the dog. The last thing you want to think about right now is Princess, so you skip over any updates about her condition without a second thought. After all, she was the one who ruined your video call last night, the one that delayed his breakup conversation to tonight. The moment you step into the living room, the mouth-watering aroma of fried ribs spills out from the kitchen, wrapping around you. A single glance at the table tells you everything. The carefully arranged plates, the candles casting their warm glow, your favorite wine chilling in an ice bucket. It's painfully clear how much effort Soren put into this dinner, and the guilt inside you swells just a little more. This is gonna be so sad. How many of your exes ever cooked a meal like this for you? Yes, that's true. Did Lars ever cook up like this for you, bro? Did Lars ever hit you with this kind of love? With this kind of care? With this kind of tender sweetness and juiciness? Better question, how many ever cooked for you at all? Not reheated leftovers, not takeout, cooked. Was there even one among them who appreciated a meal you prepared? All right, fine, you'll give Lars a pass here. After all, you can't ignore the extravagant restaurants he took you to, but one thought lingers, refusing to be dismissed. Maybe the real problem isn't this relationship, but your own feelings. Maybe what you should do is silence those unreliable emotions, the ones that keep dragging you into the wrong relationships, and finally listen to logic. Maybe, instead of breaking up with Soren, you should be proposing to him. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we have two things we could possibly be doing tonight. But why would Soren accept a proposal from someone like you? He has a better job, a nicer house, a reliable car, a beloved dog, hobbies that fulfill him, and a life that seems to be going perfectly well. Meanwhile, you have nothing but a job you constantly complain about, a few old friends, weak family ties, and a bunch of trauma and debt left over from your terrible past relationships. The only things you can offer him are are your rather feeble love compared to his, some sex, maybe a bit of charm, and a whole lot of chatter. No, you're not being too harsh on yourself. You just want to remind yourself of a truth, that's all. Unlike your previous partners, you've never understood what exactly keeps them in this relationship. This is a moment, like, she has no self love. Can we all talk about this for a second? Maybe this is why all of her relationships suck ass. Because you haven't learned to love yourself, Daenerys. You know, you think that someone loving you too much, you think you're not worthy. You are worthy. Okay, say it with me like I'm Tony Robbins. You are worthy. You deserve, honestly, what we should do is get Soren and Lars to prove that we're worthy of all the hotties. You know what I'm saying here? Could this be what they call true love? Unfortunately, after your past bad relationships, your instincts won't let you put those red colored glasses back on. You no longer believe in fairy tales with white knights rescuing princesses from monsters. You quickly jump in, trying to come up with an excuse for your unusually long silence caused by your thoughts. Everything looks amazing. Even such a simple phrase is enough to make his eyes light up. I'm so glad you like it. The food is almost ready. Do you need any help? No need, darling. I've got it. Please just sit and relax for a bit. After checking on his dog, who has now gone to her bed in the corner, Soren smiles at you and disappears down the hallway. While you wait for him, maybe you could do something. What should we do? Go to the kitchen and help him, or stay here in the living room? Let's go see what's up. Even though Soren didn't ask for your help, you feel it wouldn't be right to just sit back and relax while he prepares something for you in the kitchen. Besides, it's your last evening together. Of course, the presence of the dog, still curled up in bed, yet clearly alert, might have also influenced your decision. As his footsteps fade down the hallway, you leave the living room and follow him into his spacious, airy kitchen, nothing like the small open kitchen in your studio apartment. The moment you step inside, you're startled by the sight of the kitchen table already lined with messes, salad, and other dishes. You're about to see Lars is dead. Yo, but wait. What if the ribs is Lars's body? And the person texting us was never Lars in the first place. That's why I kept saying that. Why is Lars texting so differently? Because it's not even Lars. It's him acting like Lars to see what I was going to say. And I fell right into the trap. Oh no. Oh no. GG's or what? GG's? Is there a way to survive here? That can't be it. That would just be too... Save. So when really, you didn't need to go through all this trouble. Sorry, guys. He, standing at the counter with his back to you, turns his head at the sound of your voice. You told me lately you've been skipping meals because of your work. We need to take care of your nutrition, darling. I don't want you getting sick. Oh. You can't even remember when you said that to him. Probably just slipped out during one of your usual phone rants about how your boss dumps all the work on you. Yet somehow he always seems to care more about the things you say than even you do. Your voice quivers slightly as you speak. That's very thoughtful. Thank you. Don't mention it, darling. You know I always enjoy doing things for you, so don't worry about anything tonight. Just enjoy it. Another red flag, darling. Someone calling you darling has always felt kind of weird to me. Hey, darling. That's something a killer would say. If a nigga trying to kill you, they'll call you darling. Who says that? It's 2025. We not saying that shit no more. Offer to help him. Driven by a definite need to ease your guilt, you jump in. I want to help. I can chop those spinach leaves, for example. He lifts his head from the bowl he's mixing ingredients in and glances at the bunch of spinach you point to, smiling. I think we already have enough spinach for the salad, darling. Just having you here is enough for me. But if you really insist, I'd appreciate it if you could tidy up a bit, especially if you could put those spinach leaves back in the fridge before they spoil any further. Of course. You're relieved to have something to do, and you begin putting away the items that had been used in the meal prep and then forgotten. At the very least, you hope that after everything is over and you leave his house, you have shortened the painful phase when Soren cleans up and feels like all his effort was for nothing. Meanwhile, your eyes are drawn to a small pile of knives stacked haphazardly at the far end of the table. Yep, that's what he's gonna frickin' slaughter you with! They're clearly large, broad, and sturdy. No doubt about that. But you can't quite imagine what they'd be used for in a normal kitchen. And despite how solid they look, the knives seem quite old. Judging by their worn handles and dull sheen, they've definitely been used many times. Even without leaning in too close, you can smell the harsh scent of cleaning chemicals that's clinging to them. Should we ask about the knives? Are we asking about the knives, or are we just gonna play it like we don't know? Like we don't know we about to die? We just gonna we just gonna let ourselves die? Don't even ask? Fuck it. We ball? Ask? Unable to contain your curiosity, you call out to him, who still has his back to you. What are those knives for? Caught off guard by the sudden question, he turns towards you with the pencil in his hand. Huh? Oh, those are my grandfather's butcher knives. When he closed the shop, he sold most of the large tools and machines, but he kept the knives because he loved them. You lightly touch the sharp edge of one of the blades with your finger. They still seem pretty sharp. Do you use them often? He chuckles softly and returns the pan to the stove. They still come in handy from time to time, sure, but mostly I just clean them now and then and keep them for sentimental reasons. Let me handle them, sweetheart. You might hurt yourself. You're right. I'm clumsy enough as it is. Heeding his warning, you back away from the knives and open the fridge door to put away the last few items from the table. As you do, your attention is drawn to the top shelf packed with plastic wrapped packages of meat. Lars's body. That's his head, that's his toe, that's his penis, that's all of it. We're probably, to be honest, Soren's probably so tight. He's like, oh, you want some Lars dick? I'll give you some Lars dick, all right. And it's serving us the The penis. We're gonna eat it and be like, why is this so fatty? Kind of flaccid. This is chewier than normal. He's just like, no, just a special recipe. Just a special recipe. You know what I'm saying? Can I make a fan art of you oiled out? No, sir. Please don't. It's clear he recently stocked up, but there's a problem. Only a few packages seem store-bought. Most of them don't have any kind of label indicating date, type, or weight. A chill runs down your spine. What if the mouth-watering smell filling the kitchen right now is coming from one of those packages? Where did you get this meat, Soren? I don't see any dates on them. You can't stop your voice from trembling slightly. They're fresh cuts from a butcher I trust. There's absolutely nothing to worry about, sweetheart. Why would she instantly jump to him being a killer, though? You don't trust your own boyfriend? I'd never poison you. You're always safe with me. Oh, that's not what I meant. Your cheeks flush involuntarily, and you feel embarrassed, as if a secret had just slipped out. The memory is still fresh. Your mother, who was never fond of cooking or taking care of you and your sister, once poisoned you both with expired food while trying to prove something to your constantly criticizing father. It was something you never told anyone, not even Soren. Trying to brush it off and move past the odd moment, you say the first thing that comes to mind. You've definitely been eating a lot of meat lately. Just trying to stick to my diet with the new weight training I've started. So tell me, do you think it's paying off? I doubt I can give a proper answer with that sweater on. I might have to put the screen up, you heard me? Hold on, I might have to put the screen up. It's about to get crazy in here. It's about to, hey, it's about to get crazy in here. I'm getting hot. I'm getting sweaty. Better put that 18 plus on. We might have to, bro. All right, ready? The words slip out before you can stop them, and you immediately regret your thoughtless remark, but his response catches you even more off guard. I could take it off if you'd like. He's blushing. As your gaze shifts to him, you catch something intense in his eyes, and you feel a rush of heat start in your belly and spread through your body. You haven't had sex with him since the thought of breaking up first crossed your mind. That period has been unusually long for you, yet you never thought of it as strange. Soren has always been more reserved and understanding than your previous boyfriends, and intimacy was never a big part of your relationship. But now, you notice he's being more forward than ever. They're not giving me a choice, huh? They said, how about after dinner? No, I want it now! Take the shirt off, let me see them titties! Of course, you can't break the news to him right here and now, so you have no choice but to postpone it. You have to bring up the issue during dinner, otherwise, your impulses might take advantage of his boldness and muddle everything, and it wouldn't be the first time. Every time you caught Lars cheating on you, you'd repeat to yourself that this was the end and be completely determined to cut all ties. But then, when he showed up at your door sometimes, later saying he wanted to talk, that resolve would take its first hit. Oh, Lars was a cheater. Lars was a cheater. Lars was a cheat. We can't go back to Lars, bruh. Letting him inside would be the irreversible mistake that erased it altogether. Luckily, he had at least enough decency to eventually leave you himself, breaking the humiliating cycle and making you feel like a total fool. Anyway, there's no use thinking about those days anymore. You swallow hard, trying to smooth the crack in your voice. Right now, I'm starving. Soren's laughter fills the kitchen, finally breaking the tension in your weight. Then let's make sure you're nice and full first, darling. Come on, let's eat before the meat gets cold. As you follow him into the living room, all you can do is pray that, for once, luck is on your side. Your final dinner with Soren begins like any other, despite the tension churning inside you. As the scent of the warm lamb chops he's just served reaches your nose, you realize you're actually hungry. He takes a seat across from you at the table and offers an encouraging smile. Please try it, love. I hope you like it. After everything he's done to prepare this for you, there's no way you could refuse. You pick up your fork under his attentive gaze and bring one of the pre-sliced pieces to your mouth. You don't need to be a gourmet to know this is perfection. The crispness of the outside, the tenderness of the juicy center, the way every spice is balanced just right. You've always known he was skilled in the kitchen, but this is flawless. Absolutely perfect. I've never had anything like it in my life. He doesn't just react to the compliment itself. What satisfies him more is what he sees in your face, in your eyes. Even in the soft glow of the candlelight, you can tell the emotion welling up behind his gaze. Smiling, he leans forward to refill your wine glass. I'm so glad to hear that, love. For the next minute or so, the only sounds are the rain tapping against the window and your utensils against the plate. Even Princess is absent, granting you both a moment of rare privacy. Continue eating. Hold on, dude. I see why girls read this type of shit. That's what I'm saying. It gets hot and sweaty. Hot and like Loris is across the table right now looking at me, watching me eat. And he's getting a boner over there. He's like, oh, she loves my food, my delectable food. I'm getting a boner watching her eat, right? And me watching him watch me is making my juices leak down my leg. You see what I'm saying here? So it's a beautiful story so far, if I must say. Your gaze drifts toward the window, noticing the rain outside is picked up. The thought of your car journey in this weather begins to feel more and more unappealing. Besides, you're not exactly eager to leave this warm, peaceful home and return to your own small but chaotic studio apartment. You decide the breakup conversation can wait a little longer. Oh no, she's pushing it back. She's pushing it back. She's pushing it back. To be continued. No way. You're not going to end the game right there, are you? I will crash out. Dude, no. Dude, no! What is that? We didn't even get to see him lick the knife. Clickbait. Clickbait. I want more. I want more. You gonna do that, bro? Why even release it? Gotta be a part 2 somewhere here, man. Gotta be a part 2. Where is part 2? Hold on. The safe for work version of the game will be free. The not safe for version of this game will be paid. The not safe for work version. Hold on. There's 2 versions? Just a full version? This says demo. It's all demo. I don't think it dropped yet. I don't think it dropped. We gotta wait. We gotta wait, man. Someone wants to keep track of it. Somebody wants to keep track and let us know when it releases. We will play it when it comes out.